Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic. What was your biggest shit, no going back now moment? Every time I solo traveled and arrived in a new country. Same here. Also, solo moving to a new country. My plane touched the ground at about midnight in Stockholm and I was like shit, I'm 23 and I live alone in Stockholm. No going back now. So how's it going now? Me taking pictures of the North Korean military. If I was caught I would be in a prison camp now. Can we see the pictures? 38th parallel up close. http://imga.com/a/5rbwe http://imga.com/a/dfvkc Kids dancing in May Children's Palace. http://imga.com/a/yjuh2 Pyongyang Metro. http://imga.com/a/zjhsh http://imga.com/a/mysfc http://imga.com/fsakal North Koreans rallying in support of the new policies of the party. http://imga.com/a/ptdxk Military personnel. http://imga.com/a/orfsw Edit, more pictures. Full view of Kim Il-sung Square. https://drive.google.com/file/d North Korean military jeep. https://drive.google.com/file/d Party headquarters of Pyongyang. https://drive.google.com/file/d Military trucks in Pyongyang. https://drive.google.com/file/d North Korean banknotes. https://drive.google.com/file/d When I was younger, letting my older cousin talk me into a canoe ride down a flooded river. We'd planned it days in advance but there was a lot of heavy rain in the area and the normally calm river was near flood level and quite rough. I really didn't want to do it but I didn't want to let him down either so I still went. I knew as soon as we saw the river this was a terrible idea. The whole thing was a shit show and I honestly thought we were going to die. We had no control and at one point we got stuck nose down under a large rock, knowing if we tipped out we were drowning. We somehow made it out and to the shore where we walked back with the canoe. Rule number 1 with any kind of paddle/unpowered water sport, if you have any doubts, stop. Even in a shallow river, that thing flips and conks you on the head, you drown. Wear your PFD, and follow your gut. Edit, because others have more effectively reworded it. If in doubt, don't go out. Honestly. I went on a canoe trip with an ASD/ADHD summer camp a few years back and the rain took the class 2 rapids up to 3 to 3, 5 or whatever and we weren't even supposed to go over them anyway. Every single canoe flipped but me and my partners but we took on so much water from the splashing that it straight up sunk. Spent the next 2 hours swimming up and downstream trying to catch all the gear that spilled. Water ain't no joke. Canoeing over a waterfall. Yeah, stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I hopped a freight train once, and the moment it hits 15 to 20 miles per hour, you're just along for the ride. But the real no going back moment came when the train stopped on a siding outside Weemuka. After waiting there for like 5 hours, I decided to walk into town and get some ice cream sandwiches. As soon as I got 50 yards from the train, I realized, if it starts rolling now, I'll be too far away to chase it down. I'll just be stuck in this town for a while. Edit, for you kids out there, riding freight trains is dangerous and illegal, and dirty and loud and unreliable. Don't do it. Also, I should point out that Weemuka is home to some of America's best Basque restaurants, fantastic cowboy heritage sites, and it's the gateway to the Black Rock Desert. It's got something for everyone, not just stranded hobos. There's definitely no going back from Weemuka. TBF. This is how 90% of Weemukas ended up there. Train surfing is fun though. Just don't get busted. Also bring gear with you in case you decide to stay in a town for a day or so or miss a train. I've gone from Idia to Portland, Oregon and then caught a plane back to Illinois and caught a ride for a short road trip home before. Edit, at this point I need to point something out. I know it seems like my post did encourage it, but I am just gonna state that I highly advise against doing it. It's not worth the risk to your life and it's best to not start doing it for any reason. While train surfing is fun, it's stupid dangerous. If you miss the car, you're most likely going to go under it. Secondly, you will run into other drifters out there doing the same thing you are doing. Keep in mind they are usually drifters for a reason. Most that I have met in my years, I didn't trust one bit. I'm not saying they are all bad, as I've met two who were really cool, but you never know who they really are. Finally, train surfing is pretty illegal and railway cops / security guards generally don't fuck around. They see some of roughest people drifting through and I've heard stories of police brutality about them that will make you puke. Never heard of train surfing? Sounds cool. I love trains and new places. Is that really a thing? Stepping off that sandbar, I could barely reach to swim out to the girl caught in a riptide and not knowing how a riptide worked. It took what felt like hours, but, spoiler alert, we made it. Too early in the season for lifeguards. I remember calling out to people walking their dogs on the beach, but we were so far out they didn't even look towards us. I'm sure she is eternally grateful that you took that step. Don't know, she was a friend of a friend and I barely knew her. Mountain biking with some friends on a new trail, which wasn't even a bike trail. We hiked most of the way up since it was too steep to ride up. Carried our bikes all the way up. Rested at the top for a bit and then rolled over the edge. I remember as my front tire crested and gravity started taking over, I thought, there's no way I'm stopping now, unless a tree stops me. Edit, wow, this really blew up. Rock on. Who all wants to get a group ride going? I know a similar feeling. I was mounted a kick too, and out of some really dumb instinct I pulled the front brake way too hard. It wasn't my bike, so I didn't know it well. Luckily I didn't break anything, but when I started taking off it was a really bad feeling. Parachute jump. My life is now no longer in my hands. Oh well. Geronimo. First time I went skydiving was a tandem jump, and the guy told me on the ground, once we get in the door we'll rock back and forth 3 times, on the 3rd time forward just roll out the door. So, me being the trusting sort thought that was a solid plan. We get up to altitude, open the door, I put my feet on the little platform and cross my arms just like he told me to. The fucker rocked back once and pushed us out the door immediately. My only thought was that wasn't 3. Oh fuck, we're falling. My first tandem jump was in Russia and I speak no Russian. We were in the doorway and my guy is like. And I was like, okay. Horror show. And then we were off. The oh shit moment for me was also a tandem first jump. We were going out the door. My foot was still touching the plane, but we were too far out to get back in even if I'd wanted to. It was realizing that I was already committed, without knowing the point it had gone past. Getting in the ambulance after suffering a grand mal seizure from alcohol withdrawals. When I finally said enough is enough and decided I needed to quit drinking before it killed me, I thought I could detox on my own, as I was terrified of hospitals. I was wrong. I spent a week detoxing in the ICU, and now, almost a full year later, I'm still very happily sober and I'm completely thriving. I've witnessed 2 friends seize from alcohol withdrawals. It's crazy. One of my friends fell back into alcohol and nearly died from liver failure. Through some sort of a miracle he survived and is doing well. I can remember having what was supposed to be our last conversation on the phone. He wasn't supposed to make it through the weekend. Good job, I'm happy for you. When I asked my crush if she is ready for a relationship with me, the 2 hours I waited for a reply took forever. Also sadly she said number. Edit, yeah okay, I think that blew a bit up. Just to clarify, I really had tough feelings for her and every time we spoke I thought that there was something. After literally 1 whole year I finally asked her, like an idiot, on WhatsApp that question. She said no sorry and I said that it was okay and dumb for me to ask, and she said sorry again. I told her that I don't want this anyone to know. Well shit, here I am on Reddit, and pretend like this never happened. After that I didn't feel empty or some other stuff. I just felt that everything that I built up to this moment was for nothing. Thanks, though, for the support. BTW, I know that it was stupid and like a child would do, but I did know better. Now I do, and I'm starting to get again feelings for her. Maybe let's see how the second try is. Edit 2. Okay, that's cool how everyone has a different opinion about that, but it ends up on everything. You fucked up. Yeah guys, I know. And thanks for the gold. Hey bro, it's better to have a crack at it and fail than to just sit in limbo. At least you had the bollocks to try and now you know. It's much better to know than to look back in the future and wonder what if. Silver lining, if she took 2 hours to reply, at least she respects you enough to take time composing a reply. Better than getting told no when asking AGF to marry you. Haha. Ash. Ah. Edit, don't worry guys, this was just a joke, I didn't ask her to marry me. She just left without saying why. Do you need some help?